Hi, my name is Christina and I'm your librarian here at Christina's Bookshop. And today I am coming to you from GRL in Kansas City. What I have for you today is not my normal typical review for you. What I have for you is Enemy of My Enemy by Tal Bauer, published by 9-Star Press, The Survival Guide. And if you're saying, Christina, why do we need a survival guide for a book? This is no ordinary book. This book is going to touch you deep inside your soul. You are going to experience emotions you have never experienced before. And if you're saying, are you being just a little overly dramatic? I'm going to tell you, I don't think I'm being dramatic enough. This book will leave you mentally and emotionally drained, maybe even feeling a little physically ill. What I want to ensure, though, by the time you're done with this book, is that your soul and your life are still intact, that you have survived. If you're saying, wow, you've kind of scared me and now I don't want to read this. Remember when I did the review for Enemies of the State and I said how the Executive Office series would be one of my all-time favorite series in my life, and that Enemies of the State is one of my favorite books. Enemy of My Enemy by Tal Bauer is better. So stay tuned, listen closely for your tips on how to survive. Okay. Tip number 1 for surviving Enemy of My Enemy by Tal Bauer is to get comfortable. Comfortable clothing, comfortable environment, anything that makes you feel snuggly and warm. Because there are going to be moments that you are not going to feel snuggly and warm. And you are going to want anything comfortable to support you. There are also going to be moments that you're going to want to wrap yourself up in your comfortableness because it is so beautiful. The moment, the tone, the writing, the scene. There are some great moments in this. Whether it's an up moment or a down moment, it is stupendous. So get comfortable any way that you can before you even open the book. Number 2 is to have supplies. What you're going to need on hand. Some Kleenexes. I guess I probably used all of ours, so I just have some paper towels. There's some really epic ups and some really epic downs, and sometimes there's not time to adjust. So if you are a high anxiety person, I would suggest maybe taking some anxiety meds. It was a trip. I would also suggest, if you're kind of like me, to have your favorite liquor or wine on hand because you're gonna need that friend. I would also suggest keeping snacks nearby. As I said with getting comfortable, you are going to be in this for the long haul. Tal does a great job of keeping you entertained and wanting more. There's no, I'm gonna stop after the next chapter. So some snacks, your favorite drink, I don't know, maybe invest in a catheter. Enemy of My Enemy really picks up right after Enemies of the State left off. So we have Ethan Reichenbach, who has come back and said, I will be the first gentleman. So at the beginning, we kind of get Ethan adjusting to his first gentleman status. And it's really it's a great comic beginning, but at the same time, it's just filled with love and emotion to see friends and staff and just the personnel of the White House accept this transition. We also still have the continuing friendship growing between President Spiers and President Puchkov. So being just a fan and a lover of all of that, it was interesting to see how this flow of friendship is going to continue to move forward, how things are going on. And I was just in awe of President Puchkov's audacity, how he takes a hold of Russia and says, this is what we are doing for the motherland. And here's where our ups and downs come. Madigan is a force to be reckoned with. And we learned a little bit about him in Enemies of the State. And I say little because this man is massive. His reach, oh my gosh. Like, I thought I understood after Enemies of the State how far he could go. We've not even begun to touch the surface of this man. His plans, just the ruthlessness. But when you get to the end and you see kind of the grand scheme of things, I didn't see that coming. I honestly didn't see it coming. And it blew me away. Now, the reason for kind of the anxiety and the Kleenexes, there are gonna be things that like hit you here, and they hit you here hard. You are going to get wrecked with this book. Everything that happens, we get a new perspective on Cooper and Prince Facile, and we get to kind of see how their friendship began and where it is now. And we get obviously Jack and Ethan, and we get President Puchkov, and we get this fabulous new character called Sasha. Something exceedingly tragic and horrific happens to Sasha, and he reaches out and seeks President Puchkov's assistance. Watching this relationship build was an enormous high, but the event that brought Sasha there, I was so angry. President Spiers and President Puchkov's relationship growing and building, Madigan now has more targets. And so throughout this book, we're trying to seek and come to a resolution of sorts, while at the same time, we're trying to combat this absolute ghost whose reach is just beyond anything of compare. I mean, just when you think something is safe and something is sound, it's not. Tal definitely makes sure that you know this. And this kind of, my next two tips are kind of a combination. Honestly, if you know somebody that's reading this, read it as a buddy system. Go through it, talk about it, work through it together. It's really going to help. If you don't have a buddy, I'm available. I will leave my page link down below. Message me. I will work through this with you. I'm a survivor. I got through it. I'm not even gonna lie, after a certain point, I shut down emotionally. I couldn't take any more. And I kind of became like a robot. I was just numb and reading and going. But 24 to 48 hours later, I was just messaging and, oh, just this, I can't believe this and everything. And I'm still coming up with just, oh my gosh, this just hit me. If you don't want to come to me, go to Tal. Tal will be a great person to talk this out with, and they're looking forward to doing that. So if you're not friends with them on Facebook or Twitter, go be friends, and I will leave links down below also for that, because they are a great source of helping you work through this. Nobody wants you to put the book down and walk away because it's so good, and nobody wants you to feel like you're alone. In this journey of reading this book, you kind of feel that way at some points. At least I did. You are not alone, okay? There is support for you. You will survive, and we will help you. Enemy of My Enemy by Tal Bauer, published by 9 Star Press, is a 5-star read for me. I loved this book. I thought Enemies of the State was like it. Nothing could surpass it. Totally surpasses it. Between everything that happens in these miraculous pages, I'm just floored, and it's marvelous. This book is marvelous. You get so much more insight with Ethan and Jack, and I have so much fun with them. And meeting this new Sasha, he is an amazing character, and getting to see more of President Puchkov, who I loved in the first book. So much is in here. All of it is just perfection at the end. So to wrap up your survival guide, get comfortable. Seriously. Have supplies. Definitely have Kleenexes nearby. You will need them. Have a drink of choice. I suggest something strong, but even if it's just chocolate milk, have it there. Once again, comfort. 3, try to do this with a buddy. Have somebody read this with you and talk it out. And if you can't do that, if you don't have anybody who you know that's reading it too, reach out. This is astounding, just spectacular literature. 5 stars. You will survive. So what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to leave 9 Star Press's website down below for you. I'm going to ask as a favor from you to me that you go to 9 Star Press, make yourself a profile, buy the book from them. That way, 1, you're supporting a small publisher, 2, the author gets more money, and 3, Amazon gets none. If you are a vicarious one-clicker, no judgment, I will leave the Amazon link down below for you too. If you're like, this chick is pretty awesome and I want to see more of her spectacular things, I will also leave down below for you my Facebook page and my Twitter. If you have a book or an arc you'd like me to read, I will also leave my email address down below for you. Enemy of My Enemy by Tal Bauer, published by 9 Star Press, 5 stars, out October 24th. Bye. Hi, my name is Christina and I'm your librarian here at Christina's Bookshelf, and today I'm bringing you something kind of different from my norm. What I'm bringing you is I'm going to talk a little bit about a book that has been out since 2015. I found this author kind of by chance. I was writing reviews for Queer-Centric Books, and I came up with this idea that I wanted to do this spotlight on new authors that were just debuting their books in the LGBT community. So I reached out and said, hey, who's new? And Tal Bauer responded and said,